Hi, it's your girl Happy Gist. And to all our amazing subscribers, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. And if you have not subscribed to our channel, what are you waiting for? Mash that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Alright, you watching my video right now, you wanna give up on yourself? You are tired of chasing your dream. You wanna end it all. You need to watch this video to the end because you will be encouraged to keep pushing your dream. Now let's watch the video.
A decade ago, 11 years ago now, I moved to the United States with my husband and 3 children. We probably got here with less than $100. By the time we finished all the expenses at the airport, at Muritala International Airport, and being scammed at the airport on top of that, that will be a story for another day. We got into the United States with less than $100. I remember renting our first space, it was a house, but one room in that house. It was in Queens, New York. And I remember us using the towels, the rags that were used to cover the windows. It was during fall, getting close to winter, was what we left there because we couldn't afford to change anything. The apartment that we rented didn't have heat. It was crazy cold. I remember we had to wear our winter coats to sleep. The winter coats that were donated to us by family and friends when we got here. We had to wear them with our children. I also remember I had a baby. She was 5 months old. I take that back. She was 4 months old when we got here. And I remember we ran out of diapers. My husband and I was still trying to get a job. My husband, of course, because I had a baby and one child and one toddler. Were they both toddlers then? One was 5 years old, one was 2 year old, and I had a 4-month-old baby. Listen. So I remember we ran out of diapers. We didn't have a job, so we didn't have enough money to buy diapers. So I had to use plastic bags. I wish I could find one here. I had to use plastic bags like this. I will cut them up and use rags, Ankara rags. I'll cut them up and use plastic bags and rags as a diaper and have to change them frequently, like every 2 hours, because they get wet really easy. I remember that we also slept on an airbed, and the airbed, they get holes in real quick, so the airbed started to deflate. Then we realized there was something punctured into it. So every 2-3 hours, me and my husband will have to get up in the middle of the night to re-pump the airbeds because they were laying flat on the floor. And when it's cold, you can't lay flat on the floor. It's just gonna be freezing cold. So it was almost like we didn't sleep because I had to change the diapers every 2-3 hours. It wasn't a diaper, it was a rag, and the airbeds just won't stay. I've also forgot to tell you that we were so much in a desperate need of that space that we got that we didn't even get the key. We didn't have the key to the space. So each time we left the space, it was always open. Let me get something to put on my lips. In order to make the house warm later in the day, I remember I'll put a big pot of water on the gas and just leave it on so the kitchen can get warm, so we can all sit in the kitchen together while my husband will go about looking for a job. That time, I think we didn't have a phone either. Laptop where? So we went out one day. We had a neighbor. She was also a Nigerian. She was a medical student and she came from another state to study. So the landlady gave her a room, the second room next to ours, to live in. So we shared the same kitchen, the same toilet, and the same bathroom. So I remember all of us going out. She was such a sweet soul. I wish I remembered her name. I wish I had a social media account because she was a great help to us. So I remember that one day we went out. Remember, we don't have a key. We went out to buy little things from the store. And when we came back, the major door to the house was locked. Okay. so we couldn't get in. And I remember the medical student, I used to call her doctor, she wasn't home, so she didn't have the key with her. We had to sit there with the children, trying to figure out who am I going to call, because I didn't even have a phone to call. I think I walked out of the space and then walked back in because we were literally sitting outside, freezing cold. Then I remember this one guy, because we had neighbors on top and we also had neighbors in the basement. We never saw the neighbors. We didn't know. This creepy guy came out of nowhere. He was so mad. He was like, why are you effing sitting in the front of the door? Why can't you just get in? And I said, oh, we are also tenants in this house, but we don't have the key to the front door. I sounded stupid, right? Like, you rented an apartment, you rented a space, and you don't have the keys. So he cussed us all the way out, and he opened the door. We were able to get in, and I got into the room, stayed into my room until my husband came back. I mean, leaving everything you have from the nation, you know people, you have your family, not just your like physical items, but you also leave all the relationships, and you come to a whole nother nation, seeking greener pasture, and you have to start all over again. It's one of the hardest decisions you can ever make for you and your children. But looking back at it now, I'm thinking, I'm sitting here in my own fashion house where I get to make clothes. I have hired people to make clothes for me. I have a social media assistant. I have a YouTube assistant. I can actually afford to hire them. My children are also part of the company where I pay them. My mom is also part of the company. I'm looking back, I'm thinking, wow, it was worth it at the end. And this video is for the person that wants to lose hope. If you've just changed something about yourself and it feels like you're starting from the beginning, like from rock bottom, and it feels like there is no way out, it feels like who's gonna help you? I promise you, help is coming. Don't give up on yourself. I encourage you to follow your dream. I encourage you to learn a new skill. I encourage you to keep going. Don't quit. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your partner. Don't give up on your children, especially for Africans that are literally just moving to the United States. I understand how hard it is. This was just a snippet. This was literally 0.5 of over 100 of what we went through when we got here. I have a whole full story. I'm actually writing my book right now so I could share it with the world. But I just want to give you the word of encouragement that you got this. You're going to get over the hump. It's usually harder to go up the hill than to go down the hill. And your time will come. The balance will come. But I just want you to keep going because it's going to get better. I promise. Assalamu alaikum.
You're watching this video. Sometimes there are some points in our life we feel that everything has crumbled. Everything has shattered. In fact, there is no hope. You are being stuck up. Just sit down. Try to cool off your head and rethink. It will help you. A lot of people have stories out there that are quite inspiring. You being at that moment there, it's not the end. Like this lady, she came to United States with his own family, barely with $100. People that live in abroad, we know what I mean. To migrate to a new country, you have no father, you have no mother, with less than $100, please, has transitioned from class to grace. It's an inspiring that no matter the condition you find yourself, you can still be the better version of yourself. I remember my own self. 10 years ago, I met this guy who I really loved. He's my husband right now. And this guy, we started with nothing. When I mean nothing, I mean absolutely nothing. Then we are sleeping on the floor. We are still freshers that just finished our university, and we have no headway because we are the youths that are being fed with those mirage fantasy of after school there is a better future waiting for you, which is not true. So when we graduated, we faced the reality of unemployment. But we love each other, we stick together, we are pushing our dream. Later, there was favor and he relocated outside Nigeria. Now, at that point, it was not easy. It was not easy. It was still as hard as it was. But we keep pushing. Some point he said I should come abroad and start hustling so that it will be more lighter on his part. That's why I don't encourage people. If your husband or your spouse is one making money, try to do something meaningful with your life. Don't just end there. Oh, my husband is getting money. I should relax and eat. No, you should also work. So he brought me over and I started working. And today we own houses, we own properties. That's to show you that dreams can change. And then again, whatever the condition you see yourself, don't think that that is your end. There are still hopes, dreams, big dreams ahead of you. Don't end it there. You that is watching my video, you are giving up, you want to end it. Don't feel that way. There is light at the end of every tunnel. Don't forget to share and subscribe to our channel. See you guys on next video.